Hey guys, welcome back. So today we are at our friend's house and I wanted to share with you guys 3 shade-loving perennials that are perfect for any shady garden or shade containers. So let me turn my camera around. I'll show you guys the plants and we'll talk a little bit more about them. So this is the entrance to their house, and we actually have some other projects that we're doing here, so we will bring you guys back for those. But as we step in a little bit closer, we can see the containers, and they just look so beautiful and welcoming. And you can see that the 2 containers just flank the entryway. So what we're thinking of doing next is maybe just adding like a really beautiful mat right down here. And then perhaps putting a bench on this side, like a small little bench, and a small little bench on this side. But check out the containers. They look so beautiful, so welcoming. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at each of the plants. Okay, first up is this beautiful autumn fern, and I am such a sucker for ferns, especially ones that are in containers. So you just have these beautiful coppery pink new foliage, and then it turns into this beautiful green. This is such a bold, beautiful choice for a woodland garden, a shady border, and of course any shade containers. And what I like about this, again, it just has that coppery pink that just really stands out. And you can see this is starting to age a little bit, so you can see it's a little bit green on the inside with that coppery pink on the outside. And just notice how shiny they are. It's just such a stunning fern. And again, if you're somebody who likes ferns in your gardens, I think switching it up and getting different varieties, especially ones that have different textures and colors, just really makes a statement in the garden. Next up is this Delta Dawn Heuchera, and these have these large lobed round goldish lime leaves with a beautiful red center. And I do notice in the fall time the center does tend to get a lot brighter, like a deeper red. It's very showy all year round. And again, one of the things I really love about this Heuchera is because it does have this like beautiful chartreusey lime green outline, it really does pop, and it goes really well in the garden. It does well in containers, and it can tolerate some sun, but if you do plant it in an area that does get sun, I recommend you keep it nice and moist all of the time, because they will need that if they're going to be performing well for you in the garden. Now, usually for heucheras, you do buy it for the leaves, but they also shoot out this really beautiful creamy white flowers. These are they're spent, so you just come down and you cut them at the base, just like that. And we have some new ones coming in as well. So again, you can see here on this leaf, I don't know if you guys can see that, but look at how nice and dark that is in the center. And these do typically do that. These are a little bit older leaves, but I can see a lot of new growth coming in where you can really see that nice red center, and the whole plant will look like that. Another great thing about this heuchera is it tolerates a lot of heat and humidity. It also attracts butterfly, and it's deer resistant. Now, I know a lot of my garden friends have issues with deer. We personally don't in our areas, but they do. Deers tend to kind of leave them alone. So if you're looking for plants that are deer resistant, definitely consider this heuchera. And this gets about 8 inches tall and is hardy in zones 4 through 9. So again, just a really stunning heuchera to consider for your garden. Then we have this beautiful shrimps on the Barbie pulmonaria, which the name itself is so fun to say. And I love this perennial. These are a semi-evergreen perennial with profuse clusters of large, deep shrimp pink flowers. And when it's in full bloom, you guys, you just see just like beautiful clusters of flowers everywhere. So they bloom April through May, and once these little flowers are gone, you're left with this beautiful pattern leaf. I mean, just look at how gorgeous these little silver polka dots are. And the leaves themselves just kind of have like a velvety texture. And for me personally, I like these specifically for their leaves. The flowers are just kind of an added bonus, but these are just so stunning. And again, with them together, like, look at how these colors just pop, but they also come together so well. We used a little bit of starter fertilizer, and we'll just fertilize every spring, but these containers are going to look like this pretty much all year round. So just imagine when things are really in full bloom, where we have the heucheras blooming, the pulmonaria blooming, it just looks so stunning together. Anyways, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys found that useful. And another takeaway message that I wanted you guys to have for today's video is you don't need a lot of plants to make an impact, especially in containers. like me myself, I am so used to just like jam packing my containers full of flowers and perennials or whatever it is, but you really don't need to, because you see that these 3 plants have made such an impact already, and it really allows them to shine on their own, so they're not competing with each other or with a bunch of different plants. So just keep that in mind next time you are putting some containers together, that yes, it's always fun to jam pack them, and I will continue to jam pack my containers, but in situations like this, just know you don't need a lot to make a beautiful entryway, or if you want to plant a container in the corner of your garden somewhere, you really don't need a lot to make a beautiful impact. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.